Hi, my name is Ricardo Calderon. I am the producer and the director of Genesis Remaster. Genesis Remaster was born in December of year 2021 when God told me to start creating videos. And I said no. God told me again, start making videos for me, about God. And I said to the Lord, yes, when you give me a big church with a lot of space, when you give me a house, when I get the house with the 2 garages so I can turn it into a studio, that's when I'm going to start the videos. And God said to me, no. You're going to start right now, and you're going to start with what you have. And yes, my friends, that is how Genesis Remaster was created, was born, was desired. It is a dream. And now we are celebrating Video 22 on this year 2022. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for celebrating with us. Thank you for being with us since channel 1, since the first channel, the channel that inspired me to keep going. And now, please join me with Ricky Calderon, my actor, my favorite actor and my favorite character. He is the one that creates every character in the program. And applause to Ricky Calderon.
Welcome, you are watching Genesis Remaster Celebration of video number 22 with your host Ricky Calderon.
Hi, welcome back. I am Ricky Calderon. I'm one of the actors of Genesis Remaster, under the direction and production of Ricardo Calderon. Genesis Remaster was born on December of 2021, and it became a dream after a decision making from Ricardo Calderon. God was asking me to make these videos, and I would say no, I don't want to. And then God will say, I want you to make these videos, and then I would say, yes, when I have the big house, when I have a garage that is double size, and that way I can set up a studio, or when I have the church and I can use the space, and then I can make the videos. And God said, no, you're gonna start now, and you're gonna start with what you have. And what I have was a very small garage in my small house, and that's where all it started. Now, I had no idea how to set up a video. I did not know. I did not know how to talk to a camera or talk to people. I did not know how to edit. I did not know how to cut videos. I did not know how to edit videos. I did not know how to use this equipment, lights. I did not know how to use the camera. I'm still learning, and I'm still learning how to edit. Yes, and I'm still learning a lot. So a lot of the things that started from Genesis Remaster, it's evolving, and it's like evolution. And my learning is growing too. My creativity is expanding, and so it's all thanks to my creativity is expanding, and it's all because God has so much love, and his mercy is endless. And I am very, very thankful, because I never thought I would be making these videos. I never thought I'll be creating these characters, and I absolutely love it. I told my boss in the beginning of December, I said, I'm gonna make some videos. It's gonna be content of God, and her name's Janine, and she was very, very supportive. She was absolutely, she's one of the first ones that have been supportive since even I started. Like, she already knew that I was, like, she always made me feel like I was gonna do good, and she was extremely supportive. And I send you a big kiss and a big hug, and a lot of this was because God used you, and from moving me from one place to another, like I explained in video number 2. The moving from Richardson to Frisco opened my mind, and that's when I started seeing a difference. And one day she asked me, why don't you want to be a leader? And I said, I was trying not to answer that question, and that's how God was like, why don't you want to do stuff for me? And I was like, I don't want to answer that question. And so everything started with the plan of writing a book. I said but everything started with a question. The whole Genesis Remaster starting by one question that my boss asked me. She said, why don't you want to be a leader? That's all she did. Why don't you want to lead? And I was trying to avoid answering that question, but if one thing you know about Janine, you do not avoid her questions, because she will come back to you and ask you again until she gets the answer. So I was like, okay, well, why? I'm not going to ignore her, because I don't like to do that to her. So I went ahead and opened my mind. But as I was opening my mind, I was opening my heart, and I said, you know what, I want to write a book, because I've been wanting to write a book for a long time. God has been wanting me to write a book for a long time, and I keep saying no, and I keep saying no, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna do the book. But little did I know, God had more plans. God said, make videos, and I said no. God said again, make videos. And then I said yes. And then I started making these videos, but it was all because of my friend Janine asked me that question. Why don't you want to be a lead? And that's how God wanted me to answer that to myself. You want to be a spiritual leader just like your mom was to you. My mom was my spiritual leader, and I want to be a spiritual leader as well. I want to serve God, and I want to share God's word, and I want to share God's love. Now, let's talk more about our videos at Genesis Remaster. The first video that I created, it was called the first video that I created for Genesis, the first video for Genesis Remaster, it was called Does God Exist, right? And so I have no idea. I got this camera, and I thought I was gonna be like a preacher, you know. I actually, when I called my dad and my brother, I said, hey, I'm gonna start making videos about God, and I'm gonna be talking about the Lord. I make it seem like I was going to like be standing up like Joe Olstein, and my favorite preacher from Argentina, Laura Stamateas, when I would listen and listen to their messages, and of course they're preaching, and so I thought I was gonna make videos like that. I thought God wanted me to make videos like that, and so I wanted to memorize, because I had, in the beginning, I had nothing. I'm like, what am I gonna talk? I have never preached, and so I don't know what to say. I have never preached before. And so I said, okay, well, what I can do, since God wants me to make videos, I'm gonna learn what they have preached, and I'm kind of like going to like preach the same thing. The problem is that I could not memorize them. So I would listen and listen and listen. Like for the first video, I wanted to like prepare myself. So I wrote word by word a mess that Joe Osteen from Houston, his first preaching. I said, well, if that was his first preaching, then I am going to use it to be my first preaching. And I wrote it word for word, and I was trying to learn it and learn it and learn it. But I was getting somebody's idea. It was not mine. So it didn't work out. And so I keep looking on YouTube, ideas, how to start a video, how to look at the camera, how to not be nervous, how to do this. And I had so many people that I look at, and they're good teachers. And so I got a little bit of everything. And so let's go see the first video. Let's go see it. This is the first video that I created. This was back in December, and I have no idea how to look at the camera. My eyes are rolling everywhere, and I don't know what I don't feel anyway. So anyway, that video, so the audio was something went wrong with the microphone, because that camera came with a microphone, but I ended up using another microphone, and so the audio was horrible. So I'm like, I cannot use it. And so I did not know how to edit how to manage the camera so it will look clear, and I did not like how it looked, and I was not happy. And the first day that I was on the camera trying to like talk, I was like, I went nuts. I totally went nuts. I was like, this is harder than I think. So that day I had an event we had a Christmas party at work, and I went to my friend Janine, and I told her, you know what, this is not gonna be easy. This is not gonna be easy. And I almost was so close to say, you know what, never mind, I'm not gonna do this because it's too hard. So anyway, I didn't give up. Thank God, he gave me strength. And so that was the first video. Then I made another video, and that video had very, very low audio quality. And then I make another video, and that video had no sound at all. And then I make another video, and that other video, I forgot to turn the record button, so it was not recording. So anyway, to make the story short, the original video for Genesis Remaster, Does God Exist? The first one, that one, it was my sixth time. It was my sixth time doing it from start to end. So by the time that I got to this video that you see on Genesis Remastered, the first video was actually taken 6 times already. So I think that I had practiced enough. So yes, I kind of look like I think I know what I'm doing, but it's my first video and I'm still learning. I like the result a little bit. I did like the result, you know. It gave me confidence, because by the 6th time, I already had learned what I was saying. I already had learned what I was reading. And so one of the tricks about making videos, it's not to learn, I'll take it back. One of the tricks about making videos and be able to talk smooth and long, it's just by learning, processing what you learn, and just speak it. But if you're trying to like learn it and say it, it's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. I couldn't do it. And I can talk to the camera now, and I can talk to you, and I feel very confident. I feel very, very, I have a lot of freedom now. But it took time. And it will take time. If you want to make your own videos, don't give up on the first ones. The first videos are always going to be the worst. And I knew that, and I wanted so bad not to fall in that category of like your first video are the worst, but you can't help it. It is good. It is going to be like that all the time. You can have the most professional video, but it's going to be the worst anyway, because it's your first video. So the next videos are always going to be better. That's the main goal and the main picture here. So The first video, the second and third, all until Agape video were experiences of my own. My mom used to tell me, like I used to tell my mom every night what happened through the day and my stories, and she was like, Ricky, you have so many testimonies. You need to tell the world about what happened and what you think and what God has done in your life. And I will always say, maybe, no, not really. And so I remember that. My mom is no longer with us. She passed away and she's with the Lord, but she's in my heart. And everything that she said to me, it's in here. So I thank God for the mother that He chose for me, because it was awesome. I could not have a better mother. I love my mommy. I love my mommy. And I think so those were the first 3-4 videos of Genesis Remaster are experiences of my own, and are chapters that will go on my book, my upcoming book. But then God had a different plan. He said, okay, you already done your experiences, now I'm going to take control. And so messages came. God brought me messages like Ophanim, the angel Ophanim. One of the things that I want to tell you is that Spanish is my first language. So Spanish and church was very easy. And my videos in Spanish are smooth. I feel like a fish in water. But in English, it was a different concept, and I had to like learn how to pronounce a lot of words like Samson, Ophanim, a lot of things. What is the other one? Angel. I forgot that word. Hierarchy, or angel's hierarchy. I'm probably saying it wrong again, but so all those words were like very, very hard for me. So yes, my first 4 videos, and then when I was making Agape Love, that was kind of like the first message that God gave me. And so that it was a combination, because if you see it, it's part 1 and part 2, because it's a combination of God message with my experiences, which is like that you never stop loving me. So it's part 1 and part 2. But Agape, the love agape, is one of the first messages that God gave me, and I had to study and find out what it was. And I was like, well, I don't know what agape is. I've never heard of this before. And same thing with Ophanim. I'm like, I don't know what an Ophanim is. I've never heard of this before. Why are you giving me all these weird names? And then I can't pronounce them. And then follow after that, it was the Colors of Egypt, which was God gave me that day. God present this message for me. It was beautiful. It was like, how am I going to do this, Lord? Because I'm just used to like sitting on a chair, and I have no idea. But I knew that it involved some acting and some role playing, and of course the introduction of new characters. And that's when and I said, Lord, I need you to expand my creativity, because I have no clue. And the Lord did His power, and He answered, and I was able to create, I was able to learn, number one, because I had a lot to read, a lot to write, and a lot to investigate, and I developed this passion for the Bible that I feel like a little kid. Every story in the Bible, it's like I feel like I'm a little kid that is ready for a bed story, and it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I had so much fun reading about Egypt and their culture and their food, and the day I was making the Colors of Egypt, I learned that they like the smell. They like roses, they like cinnamon. So I had candles in my house. I wanted the whole house to smell like Egypt. And then I bought food that was representing the Mediterranean. So I had pita bread, I had hummus, I had pineapple. I wanted to have a little piece of Egypt here. So it was so fascinating. It's like if it smelled like, and it tastes like, and it felt like I was in Egypt while I was filming these videos. And then after that, it came Tetatron, which I was like, what? So it was fascinating. It was like when this message came to me, I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing, and so I felt like a little like insecure, but I said, if I feel it, and something in my heart told me, and still tells me, that it was a good thing. The only thing with the Tetatron, the Archangel, it was because it was not finished. It was not finished. That project was supposed to have like a talk like this one, like a sitting down and talking and letting you know who Tetatron is, who is Enoch, who walked with God according to Genesis, and he was transformed into a archangel by the angel Gabriel and Michael. And this whole thing, this studying the whole thing, was like watching videos, learning and writing. It was so fascinating, and so unfortunately, the creation of the sketches for Tetatron took me the entire day off that I had, and then the second day was editing, and it took me the entire day from sunrise to sunset. I'm telling you, my tailbone hurt because I could not get up from that chair. I was like editing. I was like, and I created four characters and 4 scenes in this one video called Tetatron, the Archangel. And then at the time, I was asking my computer to do new things, and my computer didn't have the power enough to make them. So it kept like slowing me down. So it kept like taking longer to produce the video. And so it was a little frustrated, but it was okay. I was able to make it, but I didn't have time to finish it. I even asked my Aunt Claudia, who is always willing to help me since the beginning. I love her. She's very sweet, and she's always like, yes, I want to serve the Lord, and I really like your program, and I like what you do. She's very supportive, and so she actually gave me a narration of what she has experienced with angels, and a part of the Bible with angels, but I was not able to use it because I was going to combine that with my talk about Tetatron, and so we didn't get to that part. So there will be a part 2, but what I released at that time for Tetatron was just the sketches. After Tetatron, then we have Samsung. Oh my God. Don't even let me get started with Samsung. I was so excited. I was like, when God brought me Samsung to the table, I was so excited. I was like, no way. No, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. No way. So I started like investigating because I knew who Samsung was. Yes, like everybody knows who Samsung is, I think. But I went deep, and then I found out about about what happened to his first marriage, and the 300 foxes, and his connection with God. And in a way, I identify myself with Samsung because I've been asked to be I've been asked to do roles that I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I was ready, and God wanted me to write a book, and God wanted me to be making these videos, and I keep saying no, and I keep saying no, and I keep saying no, and that's how Samson used, and that's how I learned that Samson. That's how he was. He was selected to be God's help, hand of vengeance, and he kept saying not right now, and so as I was learning about Samsung, I was like, oh my God, the same thing happened to me. So Samsung was a really, really great project. I really loved it. It kind of turned my cinematic creativity, and then I was not even done with Samsung when God presented to me Judas. And Judas was a big challenge, because most of my videos since the beginning of season 2 had comedy, and so I was going into more of that role, and then I said, well, wait a minute, Judas is not funny. It's a very everything in the Bible is super serious, but you can always make it funny somehow. But Judas, it was like a no, you don't have permission to make Judas funny. There's no material, there's no way, there's nothing. There's suicidal, there's betrayal, there's a crucifixion, and it's all serious. So how is Ricardo Calderon and Ricky Calderon, how is he going to create this? And so I was praying, and then I started reading. And then just the fact that the whole story is very what do you call it? What do you call it in Spanish? Polemic, polémico y controversial. It's very controversial. The story is very controversial, very polemic. There's 3 different versions here and 2 different versions here, and you have no idea what really happened. But you're like, what's going on? So that helped me. The fact that it has 3 versions and 2 versions here and there, it helped me focus on a most serious theme or product, and that's how Judah and Judah when so on the video of Judah, I explain how God brings this to me. I was with a coworker. I was at work, and somebody that was having a convention or something, it was a company that had energy drinks. So I asked him, hey, can you bring me an energy drink? And he brought me 3. So instead of sharing it with my coworkers, I kept them to myself. And then when one of my coworkers asked me if they could have one, I acted like he wanted to rob me. And I said to myself, Ricky, that's not good. That's not the Ricky that you are in front of a camera talking to people. What's wrong? You need to fix that. And so I corrected that, and I said, I want to know who in the Bible acted just like I just did. And that's how I Googled, and I found out that it was Judas Iscariot. And now when I read it, and I was like, I cannot believe that Ricky Calderon, acted like Judas. Out of everybody that I want to be like in the Bible, I was like Judas. And then that's when I said, you know what? When I saw Judas Iscariot on the screen, I saw lights, cameras, and God said, action. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this video number 22. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn a little bit about me. I didn't mention I'm originally from Mexico, and I moved to America when I was 11. I think that's why I have a big accent. But I love it. I enjoy making this video. I want you to know this. I enjoy making these videos for God and for you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your subscription. I appreciate every single like that you send me. Everybody, I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you, my tia Lisa, cause she's so sweet. Cause she's telling me I'm gonna put the video on my TV, so it feels like I'm watching a movie. Oh, that's so sweet. And my tío Neto, he's always telling me he likes it. My daughter Nayeli, she's always sending me love. That I love this. I love this. I love this. My tia Claudia. She's so, oh my God, she always puts comments, and she's so supportive, and she's always telling me good things. My friend Janine, the way she speaks of Genesis Remaster, it's incredible. She makes me feel like so important and so good. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you, Janine, thank you, Claudia, thank you for all my uncles and aunts, thank you for my brother, thank you for your support, my daughter. Thank you for being part of this beautiful dream, and thank you for being Genesis Remaster. See you next time.